Hi there, Rick here. Just saw a very interesting video on the internet. Um, okay, there's a village. Okay, very close to the border of North Korea. Okay, and the people there. Okay, they don't have to pay rent. They don't have to pay property tax. Okay, most of them are farming. Okay, there's a group of UN peacekeepers, and that's a picture of one of them. Okay. He's armed to the teeth. Okay, he's got an automatic rifle in his hand. He's also got a pistol at the side of his leg. Okay, about 15 meters behind him. Okay, there's another uh, UN peacekeeper as well. Okay, and I think they routinely do patrols. Okay, along the border, and there's a curfew in the village, 7 p.m., and they come around. They visit the villagers, make sure everybody's in their home. Okay, and I was just thinking to myself, gee, what a unusual lifestyle that these people have to live. Okay, but um, it seems okay. The South. Okay, they want this village to be there. Okay, they want people to live there. That close to the border. Um, because look, they offer them what, free housing, um, no property tax, right? Um, there's probably other things they allow them too. Maybe they even allow them what is it, free electricity, free heating, right? They don't have to pay for their heating bill, their electricity bill. Okay, um, but it from seeing the what is it, the scenery around the area, the place looks beautiful. Um, but it must be kind of what is it? Just I was gonna say unusual a bit because here, okay, they're using machinery to harvest their crops, right? And then not far away, there's an armed soldier, armed to the teeth. Okay, and um he's just standing there. He's just standing guard. Okay, and uh, some of the villagers look like okay, they've gotten used to the security around them, right? And they give them stuff, right? Some candy or some meat or a snack or something, cookies or something like that, right? Um, but uh, it was interesting too because it was in the title is called "The Hidden Village Just Meters from North Korea," BBC News. Okay, so you can watch if you like. Okay, there was the reporter was saying how there was some defectors that just came down this road a little while ago, and it's not safe to go up it right now. Okay, I don't think anywhere else in the entire world there's a place quite like this. Okay, where you have what is it? Armed patrols on both sides. Okay, you have the South Koreans. Okay, then you have the North Koreans on the north side. Okay, because I did see a man. Okay, he was trying to defect to the south, and he drove the his car to the fence, and as he was trying to escape to the south, he was shot about I think about 3 times. Okay, and one of the shots hit his abdomen too. Okay, so he's lucky he didn't die. Okay, um, and I think um, it's not really common. Okay, but it's common. It happens sometimes where some of these people will try to escape um, to the south. Okay, and one of the villagers they were interviewing, okay, he said he had a brother on the other side, and when he was a teenager, when the war ended, okay, he he used to, well, he got separated from his brother, okay? And he just lost touch with him, okay? Like, they probably wouldn't let, either of them say, oh, I just want to cross the border to visit my brother. They would say, no, you can't do that, So, it's just a very unusual situation, okay? Um, like I say, it looks so peaceful, okay? You see what beautiful trees, grass, um, and then you see a armed soldier, armed to his teeth, walking down the pathway or the road, right? And then, like I say, 15 meters behind him, same thing, another soldier that's armed to the teeth, okay? Um, and then there's I think they said um, there's no fences or gates. Okay, this is just all open field and grass, trees, right? So it's pretty easy for uh, a North Korean to cross over, but you have to remember there's was it there's a lot of patrols and there's a lot of guards, even in towers, I think. Okay, so if they see you, um, what is it, a citizen of North Korea, running over to the south, they would just shoot you on sight. Okay, so it's almost, not even worth, trying, right? Because, um, you get shot by an automatic rifle. Okay, the chance of you surviving, if you get hit multiple times or even once, right? Then you'll basically be dead. Okay, and who knows? Maybe even uh, well, I think they tell the South Korean soldiers, not to shoot at these people that are fleeing the north into the south. Okay, like they will not shoot them. Okay, unless, say for instance, it's maybe a North Korean soldier, and that soldier is running across the border. Okay, I could see the South Korean soldier, likely shooting that person. But if it's a civilian, they see that they're unarmed. They're unarmed. They look like they're just fleeing for their life. I don't think they will fire upon that person. Okay. Um, so it's just very interesting. Um, because okay, here you have a what is it? I was gonna not gonna say a platoon, but um, yeah, maybe a platoon. I don't know how many soldiers there are there. Okay, in that village, but I think there's a substantial amount of soldiers there. And like I say, I saw a South Korea using a machinery to plow the field, and just a little ways away, a soldier was just standing there, standing guard, yeah, with his automatic rifle and his pistol, by the side of his leg, right? Um, I'm not sure if the villager would feel that safe. We'll say maybe we'll feel safe in some ways, but you have to remember, if the North was to say invade into the South, um, all those soldiers would be killed so quickly just because, um, when you have a big storm of soldiers crossing over the border um, in a surprise attack, um, just one soldier standing there, standing guard, will not stand a chance against maybe about a platoon of 16 soldiers crossing over. And, imagine 16 soldiers shooting at you, right? Um, by the time you got your rifle up, um, I wouldn't be surprised you were hit multiple times, like 4 or 5 times. Okay. When I was a teenager, I was at this camp, and there was a man there. Okay. Um, he had quite a few 22 rifles. Okay, and okay, we're lying down. Okay, he was instructor. Okay, he told us how to shoot the rifles, right? And uh, the 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 was it the target was a paper target, okay, with a bullseye, okay, and we're about maybe 50 yards away from the target. Maybe about 60 of us was at the camp, okay. Um, and he said, okay, anybody who hits the bullseye, okay, 3 times, okay, I think we fired off about 12 shots, and whoever hits the bullseye 3 times, um, for that group of in that cabin, okay, um, I'll buy you pizzas, okay, and sure enough, I hit the bullseye 3 times. I was the only one, okay, and firing a 22 rifle, um, I was amazed, okay, because it still has quite a kickback, okay, and we're lying down, okay, the shoulder was, at the butt of the gun, the rifle was in my shoulder, right, and when you squeezed off a shot, yeah, there was quite a bit of a kickback to it, okay, so I'm sure the same thing is for these automatic rifles. If you shoot that rifle, there's kickback to it. Okay, but these guys, okay, like I mean, they're trained. Okay, they know how to hold their rifle properly, right? They know how to aim properly. Somebody has given them training. Okay, so we all had pizzas. It was really nice. I still remember he ordered really good pizzas, and um, I think what was it, the price to pay for going to the camp. Okay, the um, what I was gonna say. They paid him to come out. The ammunition costs money, right? His time costs money to come out to speak to us, and you show us how to, shoot the 22 rifle, right? Um, but the I was gonna say the lead that came out of the casing. Okay, it was still quite big. Okay, what can I compare it to? It was maybe about I think maybe about half an inch and maybe about 3/8 in diameter. Okay, so getting hit by something like that, okay, um, say for instance it hit you in the abdomen, yes, it would enter your body. Okay, um, would it go through you? It depends how close you were when you got hit by it. Okay, but he had a high-powered rifle too, and he shot a watermelon on a stump. Okay, to show us what it would do, and the watermelon blew up when the bullet hit it. Yeah, it just literally blew up. So, yeah, a bullet from a high-powered rifle. Um, I would say would probably easily kill you if you got hit by it, in your body. Okay. If you got hit in the head, right, instantaneous kill, right? But um, I was just going to say that, um, rifles and bullets from guns, yeah, they're very deadly. Um, they will kill you if it hits you. Um, unless you were wearing some sort of body armor underneath, okay, it wouldn't enter your body, okay, but it would still really hurt, okay, if that bullet hit even the bulletproof vest, okay. Um, but just a very interesting village. Um, I like I say, I don't think there's any place like that on Earth, okay, where you have like um, a armed military presence, just overlooking a such a peaceful looking village, right? Um, it's hard to believe that a place like this even exists in the world. Okay, There's a picture of one of the soldiers right there. Okay, he's walking down a path. Okay, he's armed to the teeth. Um, and about 15 meters behind him is another soldier. Automatic rifle, pistol in the side of the leg, right? Um, to take a guess, okay, um, I think they have their safety. Okay, that prevents the rifle from being shot. Okay, they have the safety on. Okay, and even the pistol in his leg, probably the safety is on too. Okay, but okay, they have some sort of camouflage thing over their face, and they're wearing dark glasses, so you can't even see their face, right?